Hi guys, Dan Genzel, and this is a follow-up video to my video I had where I discussed ways to really start in this business. And I got a lot of response on it, and I thought I'd do another video and throw out some more ideas to you. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of strategies that you can use with virtually none of your own money. And I would say the majority of the response that I got to my first video was, hey, I really don't have much money. I'm just getting started in this business, or I'm restarting this business, and I don't have a lot of capital. So let's talk about the first one, which is becoming a joint venture facilitator on land. So picture this. You know in your market of a really nice piece of land that should be developed. And you also know that there are a couple developers in town that would love to develop that land if they knew they had a developer-friendly deal. And what I mean by a developer-friendly deal is the landowner doesn't want top dollar yesterday and can be patient. So there's a huge disconnect in my mind between those two parties. And so what you really insert yourself to be is the facilitator of those deals. So this only works in certain situations, and it really works best when the landowner owns the land free and clear, and they have a reasonable expectation of what the land's worth. So we essentially market to those landowners, and we get them calling us, or you go out and proactively find that specific deal, and you really sell yourself as a facilitator to put these deals together for the end game. So the landowner and you would form, in my case, in the deals that I've done, LLCs, where they contribute the land free and clear into a new LLC, and you are given units in this LLC as a joint venture facilitator. And in my courses, I talk in much more detail how to structure these, who gets what, so forth and so on. But what happens then is as these parcels sell, or as the parcel sells to a developer, the landowner gets paid off and you get paid off as part of your equity in the deal. So your performance equals proceeds from sales. Now, it's oftentimes good to find a really good civil engineer and a lawyer that are really going to be friendly to you too, and they will help do zoning work or entitlement work to get ideas that you can sell to developers. And again, I talk much more about that. But what happens there is it doesn't really cost a lot of your money, and you're facilitating these transactions, and the end developers love you because you're able to put these deals together and drop them in their laps. So that's just one of the ways. Another way that I've done successfully, and I think it works really well right now, is let's say in your same market, you drive by a great shopping center or a great strip center or an office building every day. And you're like, hey, this thing just is not filling up. I can really do something with this. Sometimes the building is going to be owned by the local bank. Sometimes it's going to be owned by an investor that has just lost interest in it because they can't lease it, they can't pay attention to it, they live out of town. There's tons of excuses. So what I've done in the past is I've approached these building owners and said, hey, I see your building, I'm in your market, I have all this expertise, I know how I can add value to this building. What if I took this building over from you, I managed it, I leased it, and I really have taken over this investment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay you a certain dollar amount per month, which is probably in most cases equal to the current rent that's coming in, or a very minimal amount of rent to make the owner happy. And I am going to fill this building up to a point of where I can get this building qualified for financing, or I can go put this deal together. And then what you do is you structure an option to buy that building at some point when the investment looks very attractive. You can raise money both on the debt and potentially, on the equity and potentially the debt side to take out that lease. So It's great because the building owner gets their building full. So in case that you don't want to pull the trigger and buy that building, he has a leased building, and things have improved. So again, that's another way for you to get into a deal without much money. So those are just a couple cases of what I'm seeing working right now and what some of my students are working on, and actually what I've done in the past as far as putting these deals together. So, hey, thanks for your time watching the video, and keep your eye out for others to come.